think this news cycle that we witnessed in the last week was a perfect example of that. Floyd, I feel like everything that happens and people were like, damn, we knew it was real, but this is like real, you know?
Remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen.
My first investment was real estate.
Wow.
I went from commercial real estate, huge, skyscrapers actually. So I own what I own.
Bragging now.
No, I'm not
now
bragging.
You're bragging.
No.
Trevor Noah recently broke down Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s controversial $402 million real estate announcement and raised major questions about what the boxing icon truly owns. His statements about purchasing dozens of Manhattan properties outright do not appear to match available records. The details behind the bold announcement have led to wider claims that Floyd Mayweather may have exaggerated his role in the deal. These claims are based on documented information and public records available for review.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my fucking business, worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know.
Over the last year, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been publicly promoting a new chapter focused on business ventures, including supplements, luxury fashion liquor brands, and more recently premium real estate. However, what he has presented publicly does not fully match reports from behind the scenes. He recently introduced what he described as the largest business transaction of his life. In a video shared on Instagram, the 48-year-old proudly showed what he said was his newly acquired portfolio of 62 rental properties located in Upper Manhattan.
Yeah, I figured, yeah.
You don't point like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. You know what I'm doing?
He claimed the buildings along with the retail spaces beneath them belonged fully to him with no outside investors or business partners involved. He described it as another example of making smart financial decisions and encouraged followers by saying they could also achieve this level of success through wise choices. He said his company Veda Properties had purchased the entire portfolio for $402 million. The announcement quickly gained attention, and many supporters praised what looked like a major shift from boxing into large-scale real estate ownership.
To my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to
I do not have any partners, and every retail location in those buildings belongs to me. But shortly after making that statement, the story began to face serious scrutiny. Public property records in New York City later showed no evidence that any sale had taken place. None of the 62 buildings had officially changed ownership. Real estate experts explained that such records are usually updated within a short period after a completed transaction. This raised concerns that either the deal had not actually closed or the arrangement was far more limited than described.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather...
Representatives from the NYC Housing Partnership, which is connected to several of the properties because of affordability agreements, confirmed they had not been informed of any ownership transfer. Under normal circumstances, they would be directly involved in any such process. In this case, they said no notice had been provided. A source familiar with the matter who requested anonymity because of confidentiality restrictions stated that Mayweather had not purchased the full buildings. Instead, he reportedly obtained a smaller stake with the possibility of expanding ownership later. It remains uncertain whether he will ever complete a total acquisition.
36 months with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month.
What investment is that?
In real estate. I'm heavy in real estate. Even though I got a lot of cash, OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to...
Despite the uncertainty, Black Spruce Management, which controls most of the buildings, released a statement describing Mayweather as a reliable partner who has fulfilled all obligations so far. The wording suggested he is connected to the project, though not necessarily in the way he publicly presented it. Meanwhile, the Orbach Group, which shares ownership of some properties, has remained silent. According to Trevor Noah, CEO Meyer Orbach has not responded to repeated questions. The situation became stranger when Isle Frist brought in a man claiming to be James McNair during a phone discussion.
That things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this.
However, the voice of that individual reportedly did not match known recordings of McNair, and he refused to provide detailed answers on record. Even so, the unidentified speaker insisted the transaction had been finalized. He claimed Mayweather has a personal connection to affordable housing because of his upbringing, and said the investment was intended to benefit communities while also creating profit. While that explanation sounds positive, many questions remain unanswered and no follow-up clarification has been provided. Mayweather's legal representatives have also stayed silent, and no formal response has been released despite multiple requests from journalists. This is only the latest twist in his move from boxing into business.
One of the best investments that I did was New York real estate. So it started off with 7 figures. And I was getting a certain amount of money every month. When I first gave them $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. So I said, yo, the money kept coming on the 18th every month. 50,000 would come in. I still was competing. I still was fighting. I still was active, and I still was making crazy money.
Over the years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has often been linked to major real estate claims, though many are difficult to verify. One example dates back more than 10 years when he attended a New York Knicks game and reportedly sat beside major property figures Jeff Sutton and Andrew Mathias. According to Trevor, this meeting developed into an ongoing relationship, and both later guided Floyd on entering the market. Trevor also referenced a 2022 podcast where Floyd claimed that with support from Al Heyman and close business contacts, he invested $5 million into commercial property and earned $50,000 monthly in returns. He also claimed ownership in One Vanderbilt, and later another representative said Floyd had invested $88 million into around 20 loans through SL Green Realty, though no official filings confirmed this.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City.
Oh, embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive.
But according to Trevor Noah, the story stretches back even earlier. During a 2014 investor call, Mark Holliday mentioned Mayweather and described him as a strong supporter of the company. Floyd responded positively on the call, but no specific investment figures were discussed. He has also said he invested in 601W companies, though when journalists contacted senior leadership, no response was provided. He also listed 1196 Avenue of the Americas on his company website as one of his assets, but public records show the building has not changed ownership.
Made somewhere upwards of $800 million. And my money is still making money. And as far as in real estate, I made smart investments. And I can think I got somewhere upwards of $1.2 billion in real estate as of right now, but just smart investments. Like I said before, I'm just truly blessed, and I'm thankful for all the people that went out and bought pay-per-view all those years.
What about the TMT gear? That's selling great.
I think right now with the money team and the movement, we're making.
What Joe Rogan sees is not someone desperate or lost. He sees a man who has learned how to maintain wealth, or at least project the image of it in a world that quickly moves on from fame. The luxury lifestyle, exhibition fights, and real estate claims all seem like parts of a larger performance. It is no longer only about boxing, but about staying visible. In a culture that often forgets retired champions, Mayweather appears determined to remain relevant. That may be the real challenge he faces now. Recently, Oscar de la Hoya directly criticized him, saying Floyd is a legend who should stop embarrassing himself with exhibitions and focus on protecting his legacy.
Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets.
The comments were sharp and deeply personal. They appeared to hit a sensitive point because few things matter more to Mayweather than how his legacy is viewed. He responded online with a statement that felt less like a comeback and more like a declaration. His message made it clear that retirement to him means freedom, not disappearance. Freedom to earn on his own terms and fight whoever he chooses whenever he wants while still generating millions. He said retirement is not about slowing down, but about living exactly how he chooses. He explained that he built this life through years of work and sees no reason to stop shaping his success.
Where did you get that business sense? Because you surpassed everybody in boxing and sports and everything in general. I'm watching you as like, you bigger than the NFL franchise.
You know, every time I got around my billionaire buddies, I was more like, it's cool to come over your house, but I need a house like this. It's cool to ride on your yacht, but I need a yacht like this. It's cool to ride on your jet, but I want a jet like this. And I said, no, I don't want to ride on yours. You show me how to get it. You can't be my friend if you can't show me how to get it. Once they show me how to get it, then I can install it in my children.
It's a bloodline.
And if you know Mayweather, you know he was not done after one response. He followed with even stronger messages aimed at critics, calling them jealous, bitter, and obsessed. That is classic Floyd, direct, unapologetic, and completely unfiltered. He also suggested that many people become consumed by the lives of others because they are dissatisfied with their own. But the discussion expanded beyond a simple social media exchange. He used the moment to talk about race, wealth, legacy, and the way retired athletes are often expected to fade quietly. His next statement reinforced the same point, that he intends to operate on his own terms, no matter what critics say.
In the beginning, you know, I feel like people was rooting for me, wanted the best for me. And the more and more as I accomplished more and kept accomplishing things, then you start seeing like different things. Then you start saying, he's a wife beater, or he's not that smart, or you hear so many different things. And I just feel like, okay, you're entitled to believe whatever you want.
They expect athletes to lose everything, not build more. They expect entertainment, not discipline. I am changing that with my own decisions and my own money. That was essentially Mayweather's message. He pointed to a reality that is partly true because boxing has a long history of champions going broke after retirement. His position is simple. He refuses to become one of them and believes he is rewriting that outcome. Opinions remain divided. Some view his exhibition matches as smart business decisions, where he earns huge paydays with little real risk. They see his bouts against influencers and crossover fighters as a way to stay in control while continuing to generate massive income.
Some of the biggest artists, you wouldn't even know, because my name don't have to be on everything.
I have to be the marquee.
Yeah, because sometimes if you put your name on certain things, you got people that's gonna be jealous. So sometimes I was like, I don't got to have my name on it to collect the check.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch. $1.8 million, dude? You're the first to see it. That's insane. That 1A is high. 18 life. That happy birthday, champ. That's how we do it. That is sick, dude.
But wow. You gotta show him what he say, man. Just another ordinary day, chilling in an EWB Rolls Royce. For those that don't know what an EWB is, that's an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce. I need the leg. I know I ain't that tall, about 5'8.5", some days 5'9", but it is what it is. Chilling, sitting right here watching the Thriller in Manila, Ali versus Frazier documentary. Come check it out. We got options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Trunks alone, 30 million, just with the patches on my trunks, that's 30 million alone. So who's really the smartest one in the sport of boxing? And they say, well, it's not all about the money. Well, your kids can't eat legacy. They can eat off the currency. If you guys don't want to see me do no exhibitions, don't come. Don't watch. I come on record and tell y'all. When it comes to legalized bank robbing, I'm the best.
The discussion has moved beyond flashy investments and controversial partnerships. Some are now questioning whether Mayweather's public image of massive wealth is stronger than the reality behind it. With property claims that do not fully match public records and ongoing questions around certain business relationships, some believe the picture of untouchable success may not be as solid as it appears. Within boxing, people are paying closer attention. For some, this serves as a warning that even enormous earnings can be undermined by poor decisions. For others, it is simply another chapter in a career that has always balanced extraordinary achievement with constant controversy.